Hey, good morning. Doug Smith, DHS broker owner, and wow, what a liftoff! They lit the candle, and that was quite a liftoff to see free enterprise and entrepreneurship, and Bezos, who everybody criticized him when he started Amazon because there was already a Walmart and a Kmart. And boy, those critics look back now with Amazon's stock price and that he's the richest person in the world. A lot of critics when he thought about going into space, but that was quite a liftoff this morning. And when they came back to Earth, my wife and I both were crying. It was kind of weird, but that's when you love America and you love entrepreneurship, it's hard not to get emotional. So, anyways, today's Tuesday. We're starting part 2 of 5 of working with a landlord. And yesterday we ended with doing a CMA of rentals, and that usually gives you a price per square foot. And you're going to use that to kind of ballpark what price you might list a home for lease. And so we stopped yesterday with going into zip forms and getting the documentation ready to go on a presentation. So the first thing we always do is once we log into zip forms, we just hit the new button. 5 boxes pull up. You're going to pick the third box that says new lease. You're going to name it. You're going to select a dot next to residential, and then there's a drop down that says landlord. You'll pick it, you'll hit save. The next screen, you'll see a white summary box, and you'll go 2 tabs over to documents. In there, you're going to have the IBS and my company completely filled out. You're going to print it because you like to close in person on a listing, so you do print. What you don't want to ever do is go on a listing, take the sign and key box, put it in the yard, and then later in the day, DocuSign them the listing, because that's actually a violation of Trella, putting a sign in a yard without a written listing agreement. So remember that. There's a lot of ways to get a client to sign something at the listing. You can do it on your computer and DocuSign it right there, and everybody signs. But you never, ever want to leave a listing, put a sign in the yard, put a key box on the door, and later that day say, hey, I'll DocuSign it to you. That's actually a violation of the Texas Real Estate Licensing Act. You never put a sign in a yard without a written listing agreement. So I like to print it, and I will print the IBS. It will be completely pre-filled. And the next document I'm going to open is the exclusive right to lease. And in there, you're going to pre-fill the seller's name. You'll fill in the seller's name. What will be pre-filled is the broker information. You'll put in the legal description. You'll put if there's an HOA. You'll put the lease and a begin date and an end date. Authorizing an intermediary most likely, and you'll print that out. And then that should be about it on a listing agreement with a landlord. It's called an exclusive right to lease. Then you'll head out to the house to meet the client, who is a customer at this point. You'll bring your sign and key box. You'll knock on the door and go in and check the house out and find out what their plans are. You'll sit down at the coffee table or somewhere where there's some chairs and go over what you brought them. That's what we're going to start with tomorrow. On Wednesday, hump day. Tomorrow we'll start on part 3 of 5, and that is how do the agents get paid? What do they get paid from? Is it always a set fee, or are commissions negotiable? And how you answer the question when the landlord says, how do I pay you, and an agent that brings the tenant. So y'all be safe. Know tomorrow at 10 a.m. we have training here at DHS Realty. The broker address is 8005 Fall Meadow Circle in Plano. It's at 10 a.m. on goal setting. And, you can't say you're going to make a certain amount of money without working hard and having goals. And I write down goals every December 31st. I look at them about the mid-year, and I sometimes revise them because you don't want also to have goals that are unrealistic. So you don't just write them down on December 31st and never check them again. You periodically check them, and I have goals I put behind my driver's license in my wallet. So I check them sometimes just when I'm at a house before I go in, just to see if I'm on the right path. So we're going to cover goal setting tomorrow. That's at 10 a.m. You don't need RSVP. Just show up, knock on the door. It's in Plano at basically Legacy and Preston. And then at 11 a.m. on Friday, we'll have a training in person at Truly Title, one of the best title companies, in my opinion, in DFW. They're at 2901 Dallas Parkway in between Parker and Preston on the west side of the tollway. Come out, check that out. All of our trainings are recorded. People are able to call in via Zoom or Hangouts Meet. and just excited about the day. Man, if that doesn't get you going to space and being weightless for a little while and then coming back to the earth, I feel like I'm weightless every day when I'm working, because I just love life until I get on the scale. My wife tells me to go on a diet. So I love her, but she does keep me in check and tells me to stop eating fast food. Y'all be safe and go get some today.